Hello, everybody. Very nice to be here. I'm the CEO of Neshima. Neshima is developing novel life-saving treatments for severe respiratory diseases. And I want to start by briefly introducing our team of multidisciplinary experts. I have a PhD in biomedical engineering, specifically in respiratory drug delivery. And I've been investing privately for over 20 years, mostly in medical startups and real estate. Avital has experience in regulatory and in preclinical. Rami also has a PhD in respiratory drug delivery. Josue is the Dean of Biomedical Engineering at the Technion in Israel. And our active chairman, Nissim, was previously the Senior Managing Director of OrbiMed VC. We also have a strong advisor, including Professor Talmor, Head of Harvard Deaconess Critical Care, and Professor Lavacek, who is a clinical leader in a large global pharma company. Neshima's LiFT technology, liquid foam therapy, can be used to either clean the airways from mucus or as a drug delivery platform. It delivers a large variety of therapeutics from small molecules, proteins, biologics, and even cells. And the photo of the prototype you see here, it can deliver the therapeutics deep into sick lung regions, beyond obstructions, and it distributes them throughout the lungs. Our first product, LiFT Rapid Wash, is a device without drugs. It is intended to pull mucus out of the airway. It's relevant for over 6 million COPD patients in the US who suffer from mucus plugs, and it was shown that these increase mortality from 34 to 54%. It is also intended for 1 million Americans who are ventilated annually, where their airways are cleaned several times a day as the standard of treatment today. LiFT Rapid Wash breaks the mucus quickly. It reaches the small airways in the lungs. And because the foam is a special high viscosity, non-Newtonian shear thinning fluid, it's able to penetrate through mucus plugs. It bypasses them. It scrapes them off. Then the mucus is trapped between the bubbles, and they are pulled out together, pulling pathogens along the way. The procedure is fully automated. It's very easy to use. It's safe, and it's repeatable. Our main competitor is suction. Today, suctioning tube is put through the endotracheal ventilation tube, and it doesn't reach the small airways. It doesn't reach much further than the trachea, and it's not effective at reaching the mucus. It pulls air mostly from regions without the mucus. Even when it does reach the mucus, it's not very effective at pulling it because the shear stresses are quite low. It uses vacuum, which has a risk of alveolar collapse, and it's not effective at breaking whole mucus plugs, which block fully airways. Here you see a quick example of what our process looks like. So this is an adult-size human airway model. We put the mucus into the branches, we push the foam in, then we pull it out, and you can see the before and after pictures. Our second product is called LiFT Rapid Heal. It's a drug delivery platform, and it's intended for severe pneumonia patients. Today, these patients in the intensive care unit are treated with intravenous antibiotics, and the drugs don't reach sufficient concentrations and don't kill the bacteria. These patients are hospitalized for over a month. 15% of them die, and of those who survive, many suffer from debilitating side effects for years, and also many of them suffer from dementia. Our solution, LiFT, penetrates deep into the infection. It reaches the bacteria. It creates a concentration 100-fold higher compared to intravenous delivery, and we know from the literature that this concentration kills even the most resistant bacteria in a dish. In this example, what we did, we took pig lungs. Is there a laser pointer? Yeah, no, you can see it. Okay, so we took pig lungs and we administered mucus into the upper lobe of the lung, and we delivered green tissue dye. I compare here our competitor, the nebulizer, and our system LiFT. So in the bottom part where there was no mucus, the nebulizer reached poorly, but it reached everywhere. In the top part where there was obstructed by the mucus, it did not reach at all. Our system, on the other hand, you can see the story is completely different. It fills both parts of the lungs. And I want to emphasize that in both experiments, we use the same amount of green tissue dye. And where this takes 6 hours to deliver, our system takes only 20 seconds. So to summarize our competitive advantage in drug delivery, Compared to nebulizers, we can bypass obstructions and reach the diseased regions. We deliver up to 1,000 times faster, and we can deliver 10 times larger particles. Compared to intravenous delivery, we can reach 100-fold higher drug concentration in the lung in the diseased site. And as it is a topical delivery, we can dramatically reduce the systemic side effects. We also ran preclinical trials in rats and pigs, and we saw that large doses of foam did not suffocate the animals. It did not interfere with the oxygenation or with the ventilation pressures. And now we're running another trial in pigs where we don't use a disease model. In the previous one, we used a severe disease model. Here we use healthy pigs. We deliver antibiotics. We wake them up. And after we followed them for a few days, and we saw that there was no signs of stress and no breathing problems. And we know that the antibiotics reached the alveoli because we measured the PK, and we saw that it reaches the blood. We will sell to hospitals our device and kits, which include a sterile set, the foaming solution, and for LiFT Rapid Heal, also the drug. As I mentioned, it's very simple to use, so it requires minimal training, and the treatment only takes 30 seconds, but to increase the safety, we're also doing pre-oxygenation. Our business model is B2B to hospitals, and we have a patent which is approved in Australia, and our experts estimate that it will be approved in the US, Europe, and China within a year. We're targeting enormous markets. We estimate that for the airway wash, the market, we can reach sales of several $billion. And for the first antibiotic that we're delivering, it's another $500 million. And for infectious diseases in total, it's another $5 billion. After that, we aim to treat severe chronic respiratory diseases with advanced therapeutics by delivering gene and cell therapies. We validated our solution with hospital heads, and they were very enthusiastic, and they said that we're on track to solve numerous unmet clinical needs because we can deliver many kinds of therapeutics. Our material is already FDA approved for inhalation. We're foaming it, but we're not changing its chemistry. And our existing formulation is already clinical grade CGMP USP. It's manufactured in the US. The device will be regulated as a Class 2 medical device de novo. And in terms of reimbursement, the airway wash for ventilated patients doesn't require a CPT code. For the COPD patients, it will require a CPT code. And for the antibiotic delivery, again, no CPT code is required. And I want to mention that because of our cost of goods are very low, we have flexibility in pricing to make sure that we get reimbursement and payment. So we recently received an $800,000 grant from the Israel Innovation Authority, and we are less than 1 year away from clinical trials. We are now raising either $500,000, which will help us complete the first proof of concept clinical trial, or $2.4 million that will allow us to complete the entire safety clinical trial. I hope you will join us and help us help these severe respiratory patients. Thank you.